All right, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy 8-Bit. We are back at y'all with a brand new video. Let me come down on the audio just a bit and get the game going. Okay, make sure it's not too loud on my end. Oh, yo, we got the new sneak peek. Okay, so it's okay, cool. Hold up. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and slide this on over. I'm gonna have to revamp my whole setup because we do have a new piece of equipment going. But let's go ahead and get this pulled up over here on YouTube and on the forum. I was not expecting this tonight. So and this is kind of early, honestly. Wow, yeah, this dropped 20 minutes ago, so right before the stream. Um, yeah, was not expecting this. Let's go ahead over to X as well, so we can get this pulled up also. We'll let the game music ride in the background though. So let's go ahead and close that so the music starts back. Cool. I don't want to see any of it. Um, let's mute. Yeah, I didn't realize my mic was muted. Yeah, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. All that jazz. So let me mute these one. Okay, so that's this one. Yeah. Okay, so I had the wrong side muted. Cool. All right, let's put this thing on a loop. Let's make sure this thing is in the best resolution. And we'll go ahead and start this thing. Let me kill the music right quick and we'll crank this thing up. Oh wow. Hold on, let me bring that down. Okay. Yo, I gotta bring the volume up. Hold up, my bad. Yeah, there we go. So it's none other than my boy Kang as Rama Tut. So yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're going ancient with Kang's uniform. That's actually dope. I don't mind this at all. Um I actually prefer it over the Iron Lad look. Because we've had so many Iron Man clones. Basically, let me come down on that. Yeah, we've had so many Iron Man clones lately, man. I'm really just hyped to get something other than Iron Lad. Yeah, I know he's popular and all of this stuff. I would much rather this than anything else. simply because we've seen it so many times. Maybe Kang's next uniform, after they touch Iron Man, after they maybe give Rhodey something else, or then maybe I'd be open to it. But yeah. But yeah, that is the sneak peek. So let me get the game music back going. Yeah, that's actually freaking live as shit. Let me do a couple things right quick. Cycle through. One more should do it. Oh no, I forgot about the seasonals. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I don't see a T4 sneak peek. This is actually cinema. Um, I'm gonna look one more time, but I don't see it. Yeah. So let's go ahead and head on over to the forum. A time traveler who has warped time and space. We'll make that up, and destroyed countless timelines descends upon us. Check out the new look and abilities of a supervillain who transcends dimensions and times. We'll announce some more information through the patch details. Um, the only part that they missed was the later, but yeah. So one and done here. Hey yo, what's going on? Jay Moreno. Happy New Year's, everybody. DJ, uh, Madam E for you already. Welcome, 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 one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, he arrives um, to conquer time itself. Kang returns. So let's go ahead and click on this thing and see if anybody's spotted anything that maybe we've missed. Let's see, Commander, hoping this upgrade starts 2026 off on the right foot with the picture of Iron Lad. I'm way more happy that it's somebody like a Mortis or a Ramatut. You know, that's just me. Um, let's see. Precourt 90s Gene Uni win. Does Gene really need another uniform? I mean, not that, so Gene is kind of, I had this conversation with Jackass. And speaking of the conversation that I had with Jackass, um, he actually pointed something out to me. We'll get into that a little later too. Um, and I should have made it the title of the video. But yeah, Ramatut, let's go. So I'm saying somebody that's actually hype. Um, this is the only day you can't return this with Mom Donnie. Let's see, first time trailer Muppet Show. Okay. What the hell is all of this? Okay, that's like more political type stuff. Um, not sure why it's attached here. Justice for Us Net Marble. We're waiting with Wiccan, Hulkling, and Cassie. Um, with the plans for characters who have been highly anticipated. I love it. I love it. Stay on them about it, my guy. Was that Frost uh Frostive? I guess that's how you say it. But yeah, stay on them with shit like this for the characters you want to see. I can't really knock people for putting, whoever up here, because that's who they want to see. I'm gonna have to come, with something for Nightcrawler personally, because that's my personal Storm, Nightcrawler. As long as they're good, yes, I love more Marvel characters, but I've been able to play with most of them that I kind of cut for the most part. So yeah, let's bring the audio for that down. And yeah, let's go ahead and slide on over into the game. I don't know why it has this sort of haze over the game. Let me see, is there a oh it's probably this. Hold on, let me remove this because that should now no longer be necessary. That actually looks a lot better. Yeah, that actually looks a lot better. Um, oh wow, didn't mean to bring the game audio up that much. I do apologize. See here if I can adjust this without having to do too much. There. Yeah, that works. That works. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into the game. So we did pick up some mutant mats and some tier 4 mats in order to pick up the uniform for Madeline. So we do have that thing. We will be taking her to tier 4 before we start working on Kang. Like I said, his uniform is around the corner, so we're gonna have to have, was it 2,500 crystals or whatever the cost is for native tier 3 uniforms up and ready to go. But that's going to be the only uniform we're going to have to worry about for the foreseeable future. So okay. That is actually wild that I'm going to probably wind up having to adjust a freaking noise gate. Which I didn't think I would have to. Here we'll do that. I think that may be a little bit better. Check, 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 check. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's in a good spot right there. Yeah. So we should have better video quality for every stream moving forward because we finally got our hands on our Elgato. Um, so Merry Christmas to me. We are bumping like a bat out of hell over here. The only thing I can do at this point to improve quality is I don't know, maybe upgrade my device. But we're a ways away from that yet. So we're not gonna worry about it and we'll enjoy what we have while we have it and try to tweak some stuff on it moving forward so we can get, better color, better clarity, all of that good stuff. As a matter of fact, okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll start working on some of this stuff that I can right here, right now. Oh, but y'all can see. Oh, that sucks. I'm not a fan of that. Hold on, and I can't even freaking move it. Okay. Did find out that apparently throughout the course of hooking this thing up that there's something wrong with Elgato's 4K utility or some shit like that. So I had some issues getting it all running. So that's kind of why the stream started a little on the late side. You know what? I wonder if I'm. Oh, that does look better on this screen. Oh wow, that's gonna be interesting then. Okay, we'll stick it over here for now. Um, yeah, the color looks not as hazy over here. Yeah, let's just join somebody else and ready up. Um, wow, I'm gonna have to flip some shit and think about how I'm gonna arrange this moving forward. Okay, let's put this over here. Mm-mm. What's up, back? Right there, up under that. Okay. So, let's go ahead and knock out Otherworld Battle. That'll give me some time to situate my desktop arrangement. Because this is way different than what I thought I would have to do. Um, I need access to certain stuff like at all times, just in case. Let me see. So if I move this here, this one doesn't need to be that wide. Oh, but that's gonna be weird. Honestly, do I need the whole thing? Not really. So maybe we can do something like this. We can definitely shrink this so we can blow this up. Okay, let's see what we have as far as the. It's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. Um, spare chat. We do still kind of need, so we'll leave that going here. Long format. Okay. Yeah. Um, whoa. That's not the one that I wanted to do that with. Okay. Actually, we can do that here. Yeah. Okay. That one. Are we doing top and bottom? Oh, the edges are backed up now. Okay. I don't know. I might have to let it rock like this until I can figure something better out. I still have access to the majority of everything except, well, no, I do still have my spare window. Um, wow, I guess it's good. I got that third monitor now to figure out how to daisy chain that thing in so I can have gameplay on that. And then, yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a third monitor now. Um, or I can just upgrade my original to something similar that I have with the new one. But then I'm gonna have to figure out compatibility and color and clarity and all of that shit. Like, oh, whoa, oh, that's way richer. Oh, and the top is cut off now too. Okay. Let me go back to the crop pad. And let me stay caught up on the chat too. My bad, you guys. Um, whenever incorporating new tech, it's always bound to be some technical difficulties. So, Madam, What do I think Kang will be? PvP or PvE? He has the chops for both, honestly. Um, he already has um or had some decent PvP chops when he first released, and you still see him used in places on occasion, like Otherworld battles, simply because he has the revive. I think he does have ignore iframe on a skill already. So, he kind of already has the PvP chops. It's just, what are the devs going to do with him? Um, they may make him, you know, sort of an antithesis to Mephisto in PvE. I think that would be a good place for him. I think the competition um, in PvE for Kang is more. How can I put this? It's more competition, but it's a larger playing field, if that makes sense. There's more places for him to have a niche to fit into. Certain levels of world boss, GBR teams, whatever this new GBR that we're getting, maybe, um, possibly some ABX, ABL days. So there's place already kind of for him to kind of slide into, more so than trying to take over a really saturated PvP scene. Plus, the other thing is this: do we really need another native tier 3 in PvP? You know, do we need another native character, period, in PvP that's like eclipsing the meta in such a way where we're not getting good use out of already existing native tier 2 and tier 3 characters? Like, well, not so much the native tier 3s, they've taken care of that. But you'll have other native tier 3s coming down the line after him that'll need a place in PvP, like Gore, like uh, Black Swan, perhaps. So, and who's to say that they're the last? So that's kind of what I don't want to see is just well, when you get past native tier 3s, then you got to get past Adam, you got to get past Eugene, you got to get past Wolverine, you have to get past Silver Surfer, you have to get past Shalabal. Like, not so much Shalabal. Um, Madeline just got a new uniform. So it's like, bro, we have to give places to shine for, native tier 2s and non native characters also. So I would much rather for Ramatut to be a more so PVE oriented character, similar to what they did with Mephisto. That way we can at least keep some sort of semblance of balance. Okay. I forgot to put my shit on Do Not Disturb, so give me 1 second. Oh yeah, there is no lag whatsoever, and I am loving it. All in all. Yeah, but there's definitely some color correction. And the weird thing is this, bro. What you're watching right now is an Acer monitor. I'm gonna slide this window over to my other monitor, which is a Samsung um 34-inch widescreen monitor. Um, and you see how it applies this haze? That's really weird. So I don't know if I have to do some sort of color correction on the monitor itself, or I know on the Elgato 4K capture software they have those options where you can color correct, but you can't do it from 4K Studio, or at least I don't know how to. Yeah. I don't know how to do it. So now it could be that I need to flip my inputs and go through the J5 connect and just make my Samsung the second monitor so I get better quality video. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get into the hardware and maybe some of the software and tweak it so I can get this thing going how I want. But this works for now. But for the initial maiden voyage, so but I'm new to this whole, capture card scene. Your boy been over here pirating for the longest time. So yeah, your boy over here is a straight up triple OG pirate goon. Like I'm a not to be confused with a gooner. Um shit. Absolutely, absolutely nuts. Um okay. So I do need to adjust this some more. Da, da, da. Let's do that. Cool with that. Yeah, this is gonna be a new sort of normal for me, and I got to figure out because I have like this little patch down here at the bottom, um, where I can really kind of get in there, or I can just like two-piece it and then maybe move my chat box over here at the bottom, because I kind of want to chat on each screen to monitor. That way, if I'm looking at one thing too tough or whatever, I'm not just getting lost in the sauce. My bad. Okay, I brought the game audio back down to something that makes sense. We'll bring this joker here down to 10. There we go. Now we can bring this up. Oh, I know what it is. I have to adjust the in-game sound. You have to adjust the in-game sound. Oh yeah, that's way too high. There. That way I got a noticeable difference between the SFX and I can come up. There, that should be much better on you guys. I do apologize about that. Did not notice. Um so my apologies on the maiden voyage. Bound to be a few hiccups, but I hope that's a lot better for you guys. Now I can definitely go up or down from here. That's easier on me too. I can come up on my Hmm? Yeah, the only reason why I don't come through on the same channel as my mic, well, I could mute my mic on the one side. I just wouldn't be able to do it on the software side. So I may set it up that way and just work through my board. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, because if I set it up the other way where it comes through on my mic side channel, it would really be true. Um, as far as like I'd be hearing what you guys are hearing exactly. Now that I think about it. Let's see. See, I feel like that's kind of okay. Now we're matched. Now we're not. don't know. Y'all let me know which one y'all like better. Okay. See, I kind of feel like that's less consistent from what I'm seeing on the audio board. And I'm not seeing any. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Like, see, now I have to do that to get the music to register. And yeah, I just feel like that's way more inconsistent to let you guys monitor it that way as opposed to the way that I already have it set up to where I'm monitoring. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Let me think this through. So turning notifications off apparently does nothing for that. Um, let's see. Okay, so it don't matter. So okay, let's just run it. I'm gonna have to get all of these finer details figured out a little bit later. I may just need to come up on the audio on the Elgato output, and that solves that. You know what I mean? So we'll see. um, Now about the conversation that me and my boy Jack had regarding the game. He asked me a question. He was like, "Bro, do you know where to get bios for Arachnite and White Fox?" To which I said, uh, damn. To come to think of it, what did I tell him? Uh, well, my phone crashed and there's not a whole lot I can do about with that. So that is what it is. It's honestly not running as hot as it used to, though. It's doing all of this on cellular data, huh? Let's turn that off. Let's turn that on. I ain't gotta worry about no bullshit. Um, it's like, hey, you do all this complaining about not wanting game modes where you have autoplay and then uh what the hell is Fandral? Oh, he's not combat. Okay. Combat superhero. Uh Damn, I don't want to use Sif just in case. Yeah, 'cause she's damaged to boss types. Um, wow. mm, sure, why not? Throw them out there. I don't care. Hooda. Did the boy just pull him a Joe Hendry? Yeah, hit him with the clap. What? No hooda. Hooda. Yep, there we go. Okay, everything's just getting canceled because the mobs are dying too fast. clap them hands, and hey, I'm doing my best to be on Do Not Disturb, and everybody want to keep sending personal business. Um, hopefully it doesn't do that anymore. Now let's rock and roll. Oh, we in dough. All right. Okay. Okay, they just didn't want to let me cast the fifth again. Back to back like that. I held that fourth skill for a little bit, just in case. Whiffed on that rotation completely. Skip two so I can catch back up. And if I can get off one more rotation, I'll be straight. Before the roar, yeah. All right. That was a nice sneak in right there. We're right back on top. $13 million. I'll take it. I will damn sure take it. Ghost Rider or Scarlet? That's interesting. What is he? Yes, 30. 30 and 50. So that's 80 plus the 45, 15. Uh, versus somebody like her who has a 35% elemental, 70% flame. But then if you take into account her artifact, with the 16% additional attack damage to boss types, yeah, that percentage could be higher, but I think it's the damage to supervillains that still takes Ghost Panther over the top. I don't know. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, elemental damage caps at like 200 or 250 or some shit like that, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. Oh, thank God that's at the beginning of the skill. All right. And way I can at least catch the back end of that tier 3, tier 4 rotation. And you can catch all of this one. All right, it lingers just long enough, too. He lost targeting when he moved on the third. Oh, nice. It dropped right on me. In the middle of tier 3, tier 4. Get one in before the end here. I'll pop to tier 3 anyway. Why not? Go here in the chains at the end there is sick. Okay, that's a nice pickup. See, is there anything that's about to expire? Let's pick these up. Hopefully we can get lucky and get an artifact or something. Hey, 256 bios ain't bad. Been nice if it had been for an exclusive character, but not mad. And looks like I got a 3-star artifact for my guy Gambit. Do I have his artifact? Because I do have him tier 4. I do have a 4-star for him already. So unfortunately, that 3-star isn't gonna do me much good. Now, hey, Netmarble, if you want to do us a favor, things like those 3-star named artifacts, you should put those in here because a lot of whales can't use that sort of stuff, but other players can. Um, and it's only a 3-star name. You know what I mean? That would be nice. But you know that would be a really good quality of life improvement. For real, for real. All right, let's run it. So you might be asking yourself, why in the hell do you have these 3 characters put together? With only one of them, well, no, White Fox is actually awakened or tier 3. The reason being is not that the stage is easy, which it is. The reason is, these 3 characters, aside from uh, who was that? I got Iron Hammer. Were all part of the Infinity Warps update, right? So my guy had asked, where do you get bios for White Fox originally? And I thought about it and I was like, well, I already have White Fox unlocked. Um, because I think he only needed like a few more bios to mythic her uniform or some shit. So we are just going to use the bios, which I'm not saying I recommend that. I actually told him that I don't. But it did bring up an interesting point. Now, I looked and scoured the game. Um, the only thing that I can say is those bios are probably in the diamond or the crystal wall character shop. Yeah, with Emma and all of them. But they are a part of those select few characters that once you unlock them, they go away. Odin is there, Dormammu is there. They went there after the dispatch missions went away the first time, or dimension missions went away the first time and came back. Because you would unlock them through the old dimension missions. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It did bring up an interesting question, and I scoured the game. Now, when you click on this thing, it says characters can be purchased in the shop. Typically, when it says that, um, that usually means that they are in the bio sub. I don't stop getting notifications that just keep pushing the hell through. Um, anyway, um, Let me turn this back on just in case. um, but it did bring up an interesting question. Where exactly do you find these bios? Because if you click on that thing, it takes you to the Crystal Wall shop. Now, I'm thinking originally you buy the bios from here, and then, like I said, they're part of those characters that disappear because nowhere else in the game can you find bios for these characters. Now, typically, what you would want to do if you wanted to mythic one of these uniforms for a character like this is you would get a mega uniform upgrade ticket, right? So, why is this thing looking all freaking weird and short and it's not right? Okay, there we go. That looks a lot better. For some reason, the ratios just look better. Um, but yeah, so certain characters would stick around. Let's say if I purchase Negasonic, she would go away because she's native tier 2, obviously. You don't need bios for native tier 2 characters. Um, but Professor X, who should be here, White Fox, who should be here, and possibly all of those other characters that came with that little story mission thing that they used to have, that little side quest shit. I forget what it was called. Some kind of quest thing. And you spend like 600 crystals, and you could go in here and you can unlock White Fox. Spend another 600, you unlock Arachnite or however it was. Once that went away, they rolled those bios over into the Crystal Wall shop, I do believe. But before they did, I thought they were available in here, right? As a part of this thing now, or as a part of this chest. I'm sorry. Now, Professor X is still here. They even got your boy Franklin down here, but you know, White Fox isn't here, nor the rest of them. These are all mutants anyway, with the exception of Abomination and Franklin Richards, which is also interesting. Um, the other thing is when we went into the shop, and you go to the X Gene sub here, Professor X is no longer part of this thing. And I think there are a few other mutants that they removed. Um, but definitely Professor X. So, some of these guys may have gotten free to play to attain, but possibly a little more difficult in the process. White Fox is not a part of the bio sub. Ghost Panther is here, so that's his acquisition method. Um, but Arachnite and we got into this whole conversation about bios and all of this sort of stuff. So I just thought it was a little bit interesting. That those bios, like I said, they're nowhere to be found. So if you do, for some extremely odd, crazy reason, want to use bios to say mythic one of these uniforms, you'll probably never be able to do it. You're probably going to have to use a mega uniform upgrade ticket. I don't advise doing that with support characters, only with DPS. Should you be worried about mythicking any sort of uniform? So, maybe after the fact that you've built up your roster and this sort of thing, but even still, it's kind of a waste of resources. So, you know, you're not really gonna catch a lot of folks that know to advise that. You know what I mean? You may see them do it, like myself, but you know, everybody's not in the same position. Play your roster the way that you want. Um, just kind of be aware that hey, this is what is kind of necessary. Everything else is completionist sort of stuff. Thor is doing quite well, actually. Did I get the heal? I did. That nice. I used a second to get out of there. Oh, but I couldn't get out of there. I messed up. I cast that skill. And he pulled a double up, which didn't make it any easier. Ooh, 20 seconds, bro? Yeah, I'll take that. Hmm. Just pop off and get you out of here then. See how you like that. Was under a minute into the third phase. Like, that is absolutely nuts. Level 73. And granted, this is Mephisto, but still. Weapon Master, huh? Yeah, that'll work. Let's pop off and show them some. We'll miss the third skill, but I don't think it matters. Hmm? Can he clap? Right upside that man's head with a whole sack of bricks. Ooh. Yeah, what you better do? Get you some regroup in your life. Just pop off with it anyway. Yeah, speed is not his strong suit. Ooh, gonna get clapped. I suppose I just could have ran over there and handled my business, but I will. Might as well let Robbie take one for the team. Guaranteed victory. Okay. Okay. Yep. Choices are very slim. Yeah, I mean, the whole White Fox bios and the Ragnite bios, that is sort of some sadomasochistic sort of shit to want to build, a uniform mythic with those particular characters' bios or those particular type of characters because the bios are like so prohibitively expensive in the first place. Oh, the switch, because he is trying some slick shit. See you, Mephisto. You up to some shenanigans, ain't you? How about that? Oops. There we go. Whoa. Okay, we cannot take that. So I should have popped the 4 and got out of range. That's cool. I got Fury back. So, okay. Nope, nope. Yeah, get away from all your little bullshit shenanigans. Yes, sir. Ooh. Yes, sir. Got him. So what is that? Number 4, right? Or number 3? Okay. The 3. Hmm. Looking at who I got available, I'm really wondering. Yeah, damn your dodge rate. Um, hmm. Wonder if Deadpool can pull this off. Yep. We'll see. We'll see if the tier 4 buff with the greed is enough. He doesn't have the ignore dodge on the 2 anymore. Oh, he actually got to this phase. Like, oh, glad the survivability is superb. Okay. So it did take him a minute, but all in all, I'm not mad at that. Okay, damage on the tier 3 is serviceable. I just got to get that MOAB involved. Got Deadpool flying. I have to drop that MOAB first because it has such a long delay. Nice. Fill up the greed. Proc. Hmm. Oh, the dodge was clutch right there for the time freeze. Yeah, I think he's going to be able to do this, ladies and gentlemen. Nice. Wait a minute. What did I miss? Oh, here we go with the shenanigans. Okay, we got a Harry. Nice. 32 seconds left. Not bad. Not bad, handsome pool. Mm, See, now I'm wondering because my Wolverine has a similar build. If he can pull off the next level for me. Question is, what kind of supports do I have? Nothing for him. Yeah, so it's gonna be impossible without proper support. Will get us a stage with Loki though. Huh. Oh, that's right. She buffs hero allies now. It's her lead for universal types. That yep, I'm good with that. So let us begin the wreck shop. Mm-mm. But speed is nice. And we ain't finna play that game with you. Oh, you sitting up here playing. Hmm. You thought you was slick, didn't you? Come here. Okay. Yep. Get up out of there. Are you gonna double up? Mm. That boy got you out of there before you can even do anything. Goodness gracious. Loki, the mad trickster, prince of lies. Let's see here. Picked up a couple of booty boxes. Yep. KM Crown Crystal's not bad. CCF. Yeah, CCF these days is not really best reward. Yeah, we do need to run another GBR, don't we? So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Here, I'll put this over here. Shrink it, bring it that way. Yeah. And kind of do that. That'll be my secondary joint. And I can do you like that, open you up, and we're good. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty streamlined. That's pretty streamlined right there. And it's more balanced. I have a screen here for the output, a screen here for the input, a screen here for my backup searches, a screen here to show y'all, and then a chat in the runner and a chat or in my OBS, and then a chat in my runner on other stuff. Yeah, it's more balanced. Big Karate Kid fan. Always need more balance. Okay. Wait a minute. Why is it I get the feeling that I need that? Um, okay, give me 1 second. I got this from you guys so I can see something. Okay. Okay. Sure, why not? Let's go ahead and finish this then. Mm-hmm. Let me be extra careful with my storm since I'm carrying, apparently. My guy didn't even have his. Oh, he got clapped. Okay. And Dr. Spider just, well, hell, neither one of them had a team really. And then, oh boy, either left or got booted, which is, if he left, that's dumb. You guys are watching, you know, you don't know. You should never leave a GBR fight as long as there are still players in it that are doing enough damage to kill the boss, because you will still get the rewards. So if you're incapable of clearing on your own anyway, um, yeah, like I said, stick around, let others do the heavy lifting, and get yourself some tier 4 mats, some premium materials, some surfer bios if you don't have them yet. All that good stuff. I should have like 40 more to go. Man, you know the weird thing is my phone does not run this cool. Um, Even when I'm just playing, which is, I mean, it's still warm. Don't get me wrong, but by now, almost 2 hours into a live stream, it would be, it would definitely be cooking. We are, and we're running a lot more power too. So, of course, a lot of that is because we're running juiced, plugged in, but that kind of can't be helped. The other thing is, while I can still run wirelessly, the video quality would suffer. So it's kind of no point to do that anymore. Which I spend a majority of my time, right here in front of with you guys anyway, the trenches. So okay. Okay, let's pick up right quick. Right. Break these cards right quick. Crunch down some inventory. There we go. Probably not a lot of meat on. I know probably to it. Hell, it's definitely not a lot of meat on this bone, but no shot. Okay. Okay. It's another 20 piece. Trash. Okay. Got myself 25 crystal. Shot of energy. Completed the wheel for the day. So we are all good. Let's go ahead and answer our trivia question. Uh, from Warp World. Interesting. Spider Gwen. Ignore targeting. Oh, the collector. Um, physical defense. That's elasticity, and then all right. Let's get a quick pickup. Get another 10 ski. How much energy will it cost? 240. So I'll be left with a shot. I don't want to do that just yet. Even though I do have a little more energy I can pop out of my. Oh, no, I do have 150. Okay. Yeah, I thought I had less energy than that, just chilling over there. Yeah, let's go ahead and finish off dispatch. Dimension missions then. Cool. Um, has zombie reset? Nope. Another day or so for that. That also means that the patch notes for Kang should be dropping tomorrow, and then we should be getting them on Tuesday. So yeah, regular update cycle. I think I said something about it felt earlier in the video, but now that I think about it, it kind of doesn't. I mean, maybe I figured that they'd push it out a week or so. Um, we'll go ahead and jump in TBA. Oh, this did reset though. That mean I got tokens. Yeah, and yeah, okay. Now the question is, which character um am I working on tier 4 and next? Hmm, that is a very interesting conversation to be had. Um, I could stack up the materials for this guy, but and I do have his artifact already at 4 stars. I have no idea which way they're going to go with him as far as the CTP is concerned. He shouldn't be elemental, so the judgment will not be an option for this guy. Um, but if he's up there with this guy, then I may wind up slapping like a mighty judgment on him and pulling the brilliant rage and putting it on Kang, maybe. I mean, you will get more use out of Kang because he's human instead of Mephisto, because Mephisto's a creature type, and that's very, very limited, or he's other. So, once again, very, very limited. I think he's like the only one of its kind or some shit. Um, yeah, it's just them four. So, could work on this gal here. Seasonal uniform. I really hate to see seasonals linger like that. She is already level 80, so it'll just be a matter of working on her gears and all of that stuff. So, and she does give me another option. And a lot of content. Come on. There we go. Where's the one shot? There we go. Double up. All right. All right. Gonna take that roll. Okay, 26 and 7 on the gears. 310 per skill, huh? All right. Now, she is originally a blast type, right? So we're gonna need blast books. Yep. right. Let's go back to consumables. Nobody I can use that on. And nobody I can use that on. Okay, cool beans. Um, yeah, let's go ahead and get that out the way. +1. Nice. Nice. Come on now. I will go ahead and finish that one. Nice. Okay. Okay. So that was a nice little old run. 28, 27, 28, 26 on the way to 27 with most of the gears done. So we'll be having ourselves a party here with the Winter Queen, hopefully by the time the cold snap hits here in Texas. Yeah. So pretty nice progress. Um, we are gonna have to figure out what CTP we're gonna put on her right now. We have a mighty egg that is probably gonna change over to something like an authority, um, or maybe a competition. Possibly agreed. I just gotta wait and see. Oh, penalty characters can't join characters. Okay, so none of the agents of Shield can join. Ooh, that knocks off a lot of supports. And then I got some teams that are just over the cap. So okay, they over 110. And he can't use either one of those either. So let's figure out the support situations. for our tier 3 natives first. And then we'll go from there. Hmm. Yeah, can use here. You know what? What about the debuff removal and more HP there? And then where is America Chavez? There she is. Okay. Let's find him another support. I think Kahori is like superhero allies only or some shit. Um, yeah. Okay, let's get your situation figured out. I'll probably have to tweak that with Null. And I could just go with straight up damage to superheroes and supervillains and shred everybody with no. Let me see, is there a viable dealer I can put with them? That's another option. Um, ooh, definitely need some survival support with this. I feel like damn, she's offering HP and the damage and the reflect for no. So that would actually be nice if it applied to all allies. Really would. Um, this guy needs to switch uniforms. Mm, it gives itself debuff removal. Kind of got a feeling I should do something like this. Where the hell is Chavez? Gotta go find her again. There she is. Okay, so got that problem solved. Got that problem solved. That's just the Wolverine thing. Um, you know, then I can throw another character out there for 25. If I remove that, no, I can't. I can't do that. Okay. Huh, but I can do that. And then throw Colossus with it. See how that rolls. That'll be kind of interesting. Yeah, that works. Definitely the Hidden Valley Ranch. Let's go. See how this rolls right quick. Okay, easy victory. This one should. This one should be a walk in the park. I have to wait till the next fight to see. Okay, let's take a look at the lineup and see how this is rolling. Who is my support for that? Okay, yeah. So I'll let you take on the Reflect team. That should be a dominant matchup. We'll bring you down here to take on this Wolverine team. And we'll do that. So I have no idea what you got going on in the first slot, buddy. But hopefully, a surfer with the flex. Nope, not gonna be enough. Ooh. Yeah, this ain't gonna be enough. Not data reflect here. Okay, you haven't zeroed magic yet, so that's good. And he still has to get through. Okay, there we go. This is where the rubber meets the road. Ooh, that's not bode well. Got to be able to take this Wolverine out. Yep. If we'd have flipped that with the null fight, maybe we come out on top in that. Or if we just have a better CTP for Madeline, maybe we come out on top in that. Uh, we'll try Madeline there. He will have a slight advantage with the Hella buff, but hopefully Colossus can cancel out a bunch of that. We just need to be able to natively make up the difference on damage reduction. Here we'll front load on this guy. Yeah, we may need to do that. Ooh. Not looking too good. Yep. Hmm. Okay. Noel was able to pull that out. That's nice. Very nice. Okay. White Queen standing strong. Yeah, standing strong. Nice. Nice showing from Madeline there. Um, okay. Got some more rubber meat road right here. But looks like Ella is helping Deadpool out a lot, but it's still not enough. So for all the marbles, Surfer versus Surfer with Emma's help. Oh, we got to be able to get Emma out of here. Got to be able to get Emma out of here. Come on now. Surfer, you lost to Emma at tier 3, bro? Are you serious? Was that Emma tier 3? Oh, that is fucking not right. Yeah, that is not right. Um, damn. We'll do. Oh, no, that's not a good matchup. Now that I'm looking at it. Also not a good matchup. Damn. Okay, we'll do this. And then run it. Yeah. Okay. It's like surfing out there with ease. So let's see how the next go round goes. Okay, HP pop. Cool. No problem. No problem. Ooh, that was like running into a damn buzzsaw. And why is his HP not moving at all? Okay. Ooh, maybe not the best idea, but hey, we were able to pull that off. Nice. Yo, this might be a pretty sick duo right here, especially if you already have either of them at tier 4. With Colossus and her undead, with yeah, that's a sick combination. Iron Heart, huh? That's interesting. Hmm. Going for the HP, huh? Okay, we'll go for this. Ooh, you've got 2 reflect teams. Interesting. Okay, we'll leave that alone. We'll leave that alone. Maybe we get lucky with the reflect. Actually, we'll do this. Maybe. No, check this guy. But we'll see. Oh no, that's a hell of a trade off. Okay, that's where the rubber meets the road right here. Hey, we're able to get off on it. Got 0. Okay, can we? Not enough. Still not enough. Still not enough. Okay. Can uh 0 him, but it's not gonna be enough. Okay, so his null and sent one. So that puts us behind the 8 ball of sorts. Gotta clutch out these next 2. Uh, Queen, can you do it? Can you do it? Yo, yo, yo. She is clutch. don't think we're gonna get the victory, but you know, we won the battle, but we lost the war. Um, yeah, I'm not mad at the White Queen uniform at all. I'm loving the performance and the decision to cheer for. Um, yeah, this is what she was missing was um, was a uni. Definitely gonna have to take this thing to mythic, and we're just rocking at base 20. So yeah, 120 and 500. We're gonna have to wait until get some more Phoenix feathers, Mcron crystal, because we actually got plans for these. As I said, regardless of what happens, as a matter of fact, what's her skill cooldown looking like? Because we may do that first low if we need to. She's way over. She's wasting stats. Okay. So you mean to tell me she could be better? Wow. She's missing so much crit damage. Bare bones, suboptimal build. Still doesn't need the skill cooldown, and she was able to do all that. Absolutely nuts. 4-star artifact, Mighty CTP of Refinement. Type 5 enhancement. Level 80, not even gears 30. Most of the skills are leveled up, but yeah. Regular uniform, normal, no rare, no none of that. Absolutely nuts. I don't even think she's part of a team up collection. So we whiff. So yeah, that's even nuttier. When you think about it. So the forgotten system. Could have had slightly more HP. Like could have better cards, could have better swords. So, all of that stuff is kind of subjective anyway. So I got to look at it in more of a pound for pound sort of level. Um, yeah, I genuinely forgot what I wanted to do right there. Okay, we do have a couple of name 3 stars we need to dismantle. I know some people are about putting them on characters and all that stuff. I'd rather just have the essence so I can try to get the correct artifact for the character and not have to worry about that shit later on down the line. we gonna be able to complete the future pass? That is a damn good question. So timeline reset as well, or did it? Yeah, I need to look and see which books I have. Okay, I do have speed books because I do need to tier three somebody else. Actually, thinking about doing this guy, even though I know he's trash. Just I got that feeling. I don't know. Um, and they still have not given this guy anything either. Yep. So one of the last few stuck at tier two. Going into 2026, we still have characters stuck at tier two. Absolutely astounding. Let's go ahead and open up a rift, um, so we can get some good farming going. Since the energy is running kind of light anyway, and there's not much left to do other than timeline battle, maybe another GBR or two. See if anybody's been reacting. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so if we go into the well, that does look weird. There's no way I can get rid of this bullshit over here. Yeah, so we'll just we'll just do this. That's better. um, so we got, like I said, what my guy Commander was talking about with the whole Iron Lad joint. Where's Toby? Coming from my guy Dev. James, we need a new Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur uniform. Hey, I'd be here for that. Um, what Kang is this? I've never seen this before, but tier four, yeah, it's Ramatut, my guy. Was hoping we would have the Iron Lad uniform. I mean, we got enough Iron Man in the game, bro. If you want to play with Iron Man, go play with Iron Man. You know what I mean? It's like how many iterations of that same cat do we need? You know what I mean? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to Court Griffin. What's going on, darling? But yeah, we got Gio Collier saying Singularity and Songbird uniform needed. Yeah, but Kang was already data mine, so we knew he was coming. Um, Owen Allen. Uh, my man Kakai is saying next week. Yeah, it should be Tuesday. Um, Freddie Rocket. Rocket with glasses. Rocket with dad glasses. Uh, would never be the funniest thing ever. Well, that's neither here nor there. Uh, Boot Car. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, my guy. So I mean, a lot of mixed responses. Let's go over to the forum right quick so we can see what their reactions there were. It was only 20 or so far. You know, a lot of people are asleep when this stuff comes out, so it should be a lot by the morning. That's the other thing. Oh wow, I have got to figure out how to get this where you guys can see it. There we go. So, Let's go up one more. Here we go. This is definitely gonna be a different experience. Um, I wonder if changing this helps. Uh, it actually does change it. Okay, so yeah, we can only go so far with it. Okay. Okay. Hey, y'all can still see that, right? Okay, so still gonna be a glass cannon, not to mention. Okay, from Loth, uh, Acme. I'm not going to read all of this, but thank you for sharing the latest sneak peek. I would like to be clear from the outset. I have no objection to the Kang uniform and new Tier 4 advancement. However, the timing and the thematic framing of the update raised serious concerns, especially in the light of receiving the Young Avengers themed update. Let's continue. This seems kind of interesting and thought out. During the Young Avengers update cycle, there were widespread expectations supported by early information that the first uniform release additional uh, content would follow from Madeline Pryor, Scarlet Spider, and Kang. Ultimately, only Madeline Pryor and Scarlet Spider were delivered. Many players um, accepting Kang's absence in good faith, assuming further adjustments were needed, hoping that development resources would instead be redirected toward completing the Young Avengers lineup properly. Against that backdrop, introducing Kang now in the form of Rama Tut, um, less like a continuation and more like a deliberate thematic sidestep. But you know what? Thinking of it in that light, he's got an excellent point. Because Loki does offer that support, and they created a whole class around the Young Avengers with a bunch of Young Avengers leaderships, Young Avengers supports, um, and all of that. So them doing Ramatut does seem kind of sus, even though I do like, having a non. So maybe they still give him the. I don't know. I don't know. It wouldn't be Young Avengers anymore, then, would it? Um. Wow. That is. Yeah. That's a great point. The decision is particularly puzzling, given that Iron Lad, a Kang variant, intrinsically tied to the Young Avengers, would have provided a natural and coherent way to complete the Young Avengers theme, introduce Advanced, Wiccan, and Hulkling appropriately, and finally add Speed as a missing core member. Well, I'll say this. We weren't going to get all of that, or at the very least, we're not going to get it all in one whop. The other thing, too, is I'm hoping that they don't do Iron Lad as some sort of seasonal later on, like 3 or 6 months down the line or whatever. Because that would kind of suck too. But it's not as though they have not done that in the past. So it does raise a few concerns. Like this is sort of a cash grab move to get a uniform that's probably not going to be as meta shifting or defining as the rest of the native tier threes have been. That could be a concern, considering that they decided not to go with Iron Lad in that whole thematic Young Avengers sort of sort of avenue. You know what I mean? Instead, the Young Avengers update remains fragmented, while Kang receives priority through a separate variant. This inevitably leads to the central question many players are now asking: if Kang can receive a new uniform and tier four advancement now, when will Wiccan receive his tier four advancement? When will Huckland receive a new uniform? And when will Speed be a playable character? At this point, it's no longer an issue of individuals. You know what? He should have tagged this. Um, God, I wish I could forward this because I don't want to say that. I mean, I would highlight the whole thing and then tag it where I know it's supposed to go, attached to the dev note. But Acme, if you are watching this, copy and paste this to the dev note that just dropped. Um, Matter of fact, let's pull that thing up. Yeah, copy and paste that thing in the news tab for the developer note for the end of the year, the December development team letter. Tag it to this as a comment. Um, I would do it, but those are your words, and I don't want to plagiarize, if that makes sense. Oh, not with the attached photo. Not with the attached photo. Um, Here, let's help my guy out. Here, we'll go back to the game while we do this. Okay. It look like my guy's Century is gonna hold it down, and he really should be my anchor. Now that I think about it, uh, to, I'm about to come in the room. Almost done. Um, sure. Yeah, he should really be my anchor. Yeah, I'll clap this guy up and hurry up and take Century's first life. Oh, I need to help him out a little bit. Okay, we should be all right. Out. Please tell. Oh, we didn't trigger the artifact. Okay, gonna have to help him. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, this could be interesting. Okay, shredded. Triggered his artifact. We are not in danger after taking him out. Got through Century's first life. We did get our artifact pop, but that major danger is over. Okay, we gotta deal with a Colossus buff this go round. So, can we shred? Ooh, it's kind of ugly. No, just didn't want to pop his second skill. Gonna have to help out Sentry here to get through all this beef. This dude is so damn tanky. He's not trying to get clapped up there. Yeah, he's got the HP proc. He's got base 500,000 HP. Goodness, that's ridiculous. No, I'm at like four something before the procs and stuff. I would be over five something on my other card set, but that's my other card set. I'm at like 419 with my null and 470 with my sentry. I do have an HP proc that'll take me above 500 during the fight, but like I said, that's during the fight. We're about on the same level though, so I don't know why I'm not able to get through this guy. Has he got a brilliant CTP on this guy or something? I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised at all. But anywho, that is all for the show this evening. It has been a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Once again, y'all like, comment, share, sub. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. Make sure y'all sound off in the comments. Let me know what y'all want to see next, what you want to chop it up about, any of this sort of stuff. Anything that I do run across, I will be bringing it to you guys as I see it. I'll give you my opinions or whatever. We can chop it up and, maybe you can change my mind about stuff. Who knows? But we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.